Okay, y'all, good morning, good morning. So it's what is it? It's Tuesday morning. Looks like we're gonna get a little bit of rain, maybe, hopefully, but maybe not. It's trying to sprinkle, but we committed to doing these lawns today. We need to go on and do them. So again, not being super efficient, just okay.
Then that's fine. All right.
No worries. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.
See, I don't even know if we're gonna be able to freaking work, y'all. It's raining. I can't say nothing bad about rain. I think we're gonna have to do things a little bit different. It's okay. I'm not gonna bitch about the rain. So I'm just gonna cry about the timing of it. It's enough to make it where it ain't enough to make me where I'm gonna stop. We may just have to do things a little bit different. But we're gonna try to stay on task. So maybe it won't be raining over there. It's not raining enough to make me mad. But any little rain that we can get, we need it. So yeah, I appreciate everybody watching the videos. You know, I know the videos have been a little bit, you know, odd and kind of long and probably, you know, pretty boring to some. You know, I've still got a few guys coming in the comments talking shit, but you know, it don't bother me none. I love talking shit, so y'all know that. I don't know if we're gonna be able to work or not. I think we are. We're acting like we are. So, customer that was just calling me, you know, she a couple years ago she had me cut down some stuff and pile the limbs up, and she was gonna get her husband or somebody to, you know, haul them off. And it's just some privet stuff that I cut, not a big deal. And I mulched up everything I could with the mower at the time. But now they ain't got it cleaned up, and it's done made a mess back there where stuff's growing through it. And you know, you can't expect these guys that are doing the lawn maintenance to go in there and you know, reinvent the freaking wheel and have to chainsaw the fence edge, you know, and her not pay more. I mean, we'll do whatever makes sense, but she's gonna have to come off the hip a little bit. You know, and the yard pays good, but you know, I'm not going down there. I'm gonna send Toby down there. So he's been doing it, and he'll just have to figure out what she's talking about. She's gonna send me a picture. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do this bigger one over here. I need Toby to do the detail. Well, Ray, man, I don't know why both y'all pulling up to the same property. Blah blah blah. It ain't about that. It's about the timing. Because I need him to help me with this one, and then I'm gonna calculate how long it's gonna take him to go from here to Riverdale and then back to Fayette, where we're cutting the $1 million street today. So that's what it's really, because if I go over here and do this one and he go on to Riverdale now, well, we're not going to meet up like we should. It's going to take me a pretty good while over here to cut this one, and because it's a big property, and if I got to do the detail, that makes it an even bigger property. So it's worthy of having him come over here and do the detail. So I'll cut the front yard first. He can go on and blow it off, and then we'll get to that back. And then once I get to the backyard, he can go on and go. And then say he's got to go do that one, and then I got to go do one in Fayetteville, and then I got to go to the $1 million street. He's got to do one in Riverdale, and he's got to go to the $1 million street. See how that's working? We're just, you know, but the timing's got to be where I don't want nobody over at the $1 million street for 2 hours with one lawnmower. Because that just seems like a huge waste, because you can't, you know, you're talking about each property's, you know, 4 acres of mowing. Yeah, we can do it like that, but I don't want to, and we got to do the bushes. So we need both mowers, all the mowers on deck over there. I don't like being on the big properties with a one lawnmower, man. That ain't cool. Take too long. And if he goes to Riverdale now, then I got an hour over here, and then I got another one in Fayetteville I got to do before I get to the $1 Million Street. So we want to, we want to be over the $1 Million Street around the same time, as long as we're making money every which way to get to the $1 Million Street, and we are. So it's costing me probably today. Now today we could probably run one truck, but it would take us a lot longer. The second truck, you know, at the end of the day, it's already paid for itself. Y'all know I got about $14,000 into that other truck. It's already made that easily. But this property needs to be edged, weed eated, and blowed off. And if I get over here and I have to do all that, it's going to take me longer than I need to, and our timing's not going to work out like I need it to. So I can't believe it. We pulled up over here. The old man last night was acting like it was bad and it needed it, and I pull up over here and it's dry and brittle. So I just called him and told him I didn't want to even cut it. It doesn't need it. It doesn't need it, and it's dry and brittle. So we're still feeling the effects of this drought, even though we got a little bit of rain over the weekend or whatever. I don't like cutting these properties, and that's like $130 that I'm not going to get. And I could have got it, and I know a lot of guys would, would go on and do it, and I normally would. But the reason I didn't, number one, I didn't need it. Number two, I do the one next door, and the one next door I did last week. So that's going to make it where next week I'll be over here to do the one next door and not that one. We need to do, if we're going to skip 1 week, we need to go on and skip the whole 2, so we don't have to change everything. Well, Ray, you missing out on $130. Yeah, I might be, but it's going to cost me a lot more than that in time, energy, and effort if I cut it. And if it needed it, it's a no-brainer, right? But it don't need it. So or if they were having a special get-together or anything like that. See, if I'd have known that, see, the customer's perception sometimes is not what my perception is. And, you know, I mean, all they had to, he called me to cut it. I didn't call him. I don't know, man. It just seems like, and this right here was bona fide out of my way. I went out of my way. Not far, but needless, out of my way. So, it's going to affect how much money we make today. So now I got to go into the software on my phone and see, look up everything. So I got to go over here and do that one. It ain't going to hardly need it either. Ain't none of these properties going to freaking need it, but the homeowners have got me coming, I guess because it's the 4th of July or whatever. We're still feeling the effects big time of the no rain. But, and these two properties, see, we can do it with a weed eater, but it looks a lot better if you do it with an edger. So I'm going to stick you guys on this stick edger. See if I can get some edging footage. Okay, so y'all know I'm over here waiting on Toby to get, not really waiting on him, but he'll be here shortly probably. So she wants us to touch these bushes today. So when we do the bushes over here, I usually do all the weed eating in here, because I don't want the timing don't work out very good if the guy that usually weed eats has to stop and do all these bushes. So if I weed eat it, then that's all this gets weed eated, man. So, and then I'll edge it with the weed eater. And this right here, I will edge with a weed eater. I didn't even bring the edger up here because what's the point? I'm gonna have to damn near edge it with the weed eater. So yeah, so that's what we do, man. Okay, y'all, so real quick, I just want to kind of just make a statement about this adapt system. I've had this mower for a year, and it has the adapt system on it. And if you don't know what that is, you can check out some other videos. I talked about it last year when I got it. I thought it was some kind of gimmick, but it's really not. It's that's the setting I like. That's where the front end is a little bit pitched up. And this is my favorite setting. What this does right here, if you're cutting low, it protects the front of the deck of the mower. It really does, from banging into stuff like little mounds or the dog days of summer, y'all. So we're done, man. It's almost 2 o'clock. We didn't make shit today though. So, I mean, we probably did like 600. Not great for sure. But that's okay. It didn't cost us a lot either. Well, we made a little bit more than 600 because I did some spraying over there. So, like 650, something like that. So. I told Toby I'm gonna get me a sandwich. So I asked him if he wanted one. So, I'm gonna look out after my guy, man. All the shit I talk, I'm still gonna look out after my guy. I told him lunch on me today. So, he does good, man. He really does. He does some things different than I would, but that's okay. I'm good with that. As long as they don't get no damn complaints. Yeah. So we've picked through all the yards that we can actually do, that where people aren't. I mean, I'm using the Drought here as a way of resetting everything, and because some yards simply are easier to do, pay more money than other yards, and the ones that are harder to do in the Drought, those are the first ones that I'm going to skip. It's just me. If I have to start skipping them, I might be getting another tree job. I gotta do a little follow up. It's $1,000 job, so. So I was talking about the adapt system on the newer Exmark. I've had that mower a year, like I was telling you, and the camera went dead. I like it where it's like this, where the deck is pitched that way, as far as it'll go. That seems to be the best setting for me, at least this time of year, anyway. So. I thought it was a gimmick though, for real, when they first was telling me about it. But seems to be a pretty good feature. I think it works better pitched the other way if you're doing wet grass, but we ain't doing wet grass. All right, I'm gonna pull up in here and grab me a Sammy y'all and my guy, and another day, yeah. Somehow, some way, we're making it. I mean, I don't really. We are, but y'all know what it is, y'all. It's Sammy.